Guess who's back? Back in black. Guess who's back? Uh, Travis. Guess who's back? Travis, how are you doing? Good to see you. I've been feeling better for like a week, but my nasal passageways are so congested. It's gross. I didn't even want to talk and stuff. So I just kind of like stayed low just to try to let it pass. But yeah. And then work emergencies and kid was sick and all that. Sergeant, I'm not back. Okay, I'm still going out for those smokes, buddy. Sorry, Sergeant. Sorry. Sergeant, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Travis, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Let me zip this up. Yeah, Travis. Yeah, I know you know. I still, unfortunately, have congestion. Sucks. But, what can I do? You can kind of hear it in my voice. I'm still coughing a little bit, but like other than that, I'm feeling fine. I'm dandy. I'm ready to go, Let's do this. Like, I have no idea what I'm going to work on today, by the way. So I'm feeling pumped about, well, I don't know, nothing. I've got no clue. I don't know what I'm going to do today. I've got the handling stuff sorted out, Travis. It's working. I replaced some of my entity component systems with it. So I'm attaching components to entities. I was working on that last week. And the handling system, I just drop in replacement of your handler system. Works great. Didn't have to do like pretty much anything. Just create the handling mechanism, like the internals of it, and then just replace the stuff that I was doing before, where I was literally injecting the component into the entity, and then instead of having a parameter that holds that component, I have a parameter that holds the handle to the component, and I register the component through a service. The service initiates it, has a big array of components, and then you've got an entity relationship to the component. It works really well, so it's pretty sweet. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to work on today, but I mean, it's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. And it gave me some ideas for some crazy things that I want to use it beyond just the Zig stuff, WebAssembly stuff. I think it's actually a good use case for some crazy things on the JavaScript side too. I've got some ideas. So I'm going to see if I can Emerald Lagasse your handling system and kick it up a notch with a BAM. Yeah. If you know that reference, I know how old you are. Oh man, my nose. So I'm going to apologize in advance because my nose is stuffed up and my voice is not 100%. But I'm here, man. I'm here and I'm ready to do, I don't know, something. Also, holy crap, my subscriber count dropped so much. I guess I have to gift subs again. I guess I gotta go over to Prime's channel and gift another 250 subs. Get mine up. Hey, Elko, good to see you. I hope you're doing well, man. Okay. Let's see. What do I have going? First of all, I don't even have any music. And Lord knows I'm not going to talk 24/7. Because holy cow. Let me pop up my sure. Let's go with Heartbound. It's been a while, and I know I won't get in trouble. So ban your. I don't know. Ban myself from a 24-hour. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can do that. I'm just gonna be honest. But okay, here's the thing, Travis. I've been resting and recovering for like I don't know. It's been like a week. Like I'm ready to go. I want to do 48 hours. Like right now, let's do 48 hours. What am I gonna work on? I don't know, but I want to do 48 hours, man. Okay. Got the music going. Yeah, I know. I know, Travis. I know. I won't do it. You know what I'll do is I'll keep today to a short stream. I'll just be like, because I think what I'll do is tomorrow I'll do like a regular stream where I'm working throughout the day, doing my regular stuff. So, maybe I'll just do like 1 or 2 hours today. Keep it chill, talk with you guys, catch up, let everybody know I'm back, and then I'll go ham tomorrow, spend a longer day. Okay, music's going. What else? I've got to. Man, it's been so long. I don't even know where my code's at. Mechanic, hey man, during the break-in period of your brand new engine, go easy on it. Spirit pedal to the metal, yeah. No, man, there's no like. I think I think you guys have watched me enough, like the regulars have watched me enough to know there is no slow speed. There's no slow speed for me. Everything I do has to be like, yeah, immediate burnout. If I'm not immediately burning out, I'm doing something wrong. Hey, Danil Sun 8, sorry I missed your follow just 2 minutes ago, but thank you for the follow just now. Yeah, I don't go slow, you know what I'm talking about? I only operate at slow speed. Panda, hello. Good to see you, Panda. I hope you're doing well. Your transmission broke years ago. Dude, how are you getting around? For scare only, yeah. That would suck, man. That would suck. Uh, I have forgotten where my code base is for my game. Thought maybe I could show the handling system a bit, but it's been so long. This is what happens. Danil, yeah, are we even trying if we don't go full speed? No, we're not. And Danil, I don't know if you've been watching me at all. Oh, you first time chat, first time fall, so maybe not, but like I've done I don't know, almost 10 24-hour streams. I've done like 2 or 3 48 hours and I've done one 72-hour stream. I do not go slow, man. I give her. That's what he said. Got him. Okay, that was stupid. I'm sorry. That was a really bad. That was a really poor way. Get some sleep. I will. Spirit is the champion. No, I don't know if I'm the champion, Travis, but I appreciate it. I will, Danil. I will. I'm gonna keep this stream short, like 2-ish hours. I'll chill out tonight. Spend whatever. Spend the night just chilling out. My wife's out with friends. Whatever, and I'll come back strong tomorrow. What terminal are you using? I've been in Linux for the better part of the last 2 decades, but I'm running Windows on my new machine with WSL. I am using WSL. Yes. So I've got Ubuntu, 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 Ubuntu. That one. The Spirogen, yeah, Spiro software, yeah. I like it. Spirogen, Spiro software. Yeah, Plubuntu, the one in WSL2, yeah. I mean, yeah. I miss you guys. How did I live 2 weeks without you? Yeah, I know I've got a cute kid and a wife and all that and life, and you guys wouldn't understand, but like, how did I live without you guys? For 2 weeks. Spirogen software. Travis, I'm working on a super secret project. Nobody knows about it. Literally nobody knows about it. Not even my wife. It's super secret. If it works out, I'm naming my new company Spirogen Software. And if you want, you can be a co-CEO. Okay, Travis? Co-EEO of Spirogen Software. Okay, so hang on, let me go over to my other machine and see where my code's at. At the very least, we can talk about some code. If I do a short stream, we can at least do that. Let me just go figure out where on earth is my code? What have I been doing with it? Okay. If I go up to here, just 1 sec, guys. Yeah, Panda. That's right. Panda, there is no slow speed. It's nothing but head first, do everything immediately right away. Hey, man. Moldy Apple on YouTube. Metrak on YouTube, Liam on YouTube, Rothschild, Slowboy on YouTube, everyone on YouTube. Welcome. It's coding time. Super. Thanks for popping in on the YouTube side there. I really appreciate it. That's really awesome of you guys. Hey, Justin on YouTube. Nice to see you. Good to see you all. Well, hopefully you guys are all doing well. Let me know if you guys are all having a good day or not. If you're not having a good day, do let me know, and I will do my best to make you feel better. Yeah, I guess I got raided. Jim Bob's around. Jim Bob, thanks for the raid. Well, Emmanuel, man, it's been a while since I've seen you guys, man. Thank you. Thanks, Mike on YouTube. Yeah, I appreciate it. I like this suit too. Why am I dressed like a penguin? You know why, MyTech? Because penguins are cool. That's all I got. And that's it. You're just gonna have to deal with that. Hey, Carpenter, good to see you. Man, there's a lot of people on YouTube. Thanks for the raid. Trying to make sure I say hi to everyone. MyTech just goes, okay. He's accepted his fate. Listen, YouTube peasants, all right? Twitch is where the real people are at. YouTube peasants, okay? You guys are just going to have to chill out for a second. And I have to go look at some code over here to bring it over to this screen, all right? This is how real streamers do code. You're watching an Omega Giga Chad developer right now. So now let me ignore chat like an Omega Giga Chad dev and go deal with stuff, all right? Hang on, everyone. Okay, I'm ignoring chat. I don't care what you're saying over there. I have bigger fish to fry. Yeah, okay. Yes. Does that mean I can just pull it in over here? Is that what this means? Let me go over here. Go like that. Yeah, guys, you see, this is how it's done. can't even clone correctly. Guys, I don't even know how Git works. There. All right. Yosarian, thanks for dropping in with a penguin comment there. Yeah, super. Yeah, fried fish sounds good, Elko. Yeah. Your keyboard is broke. I know. Hey, Numeric on YouTube. You should see the other guy. You think this keyboard is bad? You should see the other guy. Tech lead, but yeah, tech lead, Danil, yeah. Spirigen software is available. Guys, am I getting a domain? What's a good place to get a domain at? I'm getting a domain like right now. What's a good domain provider? Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video or the stream, I mean, today from Jim Bob on the YouTube side. Google Domains is Squarespace. Aw, thanks, League. Thanks. Moldy Apple on YouTube says Mom's Basement is a solid domain. You know what, Moldy? Your mom is a solid domain. Do you? What? Elko, you use 2 cows? Travis, do you actually use Google Domains? Hey, Mulroy, nice to see you. Good to see you, Mulroy. I hope you're doing well, bud. Yeah, the YouTube side's lighting up because I just your mommed Moldy. How do you like that, Moldy? Google Domains is dead. It's dead now. Okay. Like I use SiteGround for my domain stuff, but I'm just wondering if there's like I haven't bought a domain in probably 2 or 3 years. So if there's a better place. Our level 10K or Starship or any styling of the shell would improve our experience. Super. Hang on. Are you talking about like the shell, like what I had on screen, like the terminal shell? Vercel, Mulroy. Listen, Mulroy. Okay, don't come in here with your shilling. All right, don't come in here with your shilling. We all know you're getting paid by Vercel. Okay, don't do that. Namecheap is a thing. Go with a public IP. Let's do it. Yeah, just expose my IP. I won't make that joke. There's an exposed joke, but I won't make it. Call me Dylan Shill Mulroy for a reason. Yeah. What's going on YouTube? Terry, good to see you. Yeah, you went to the kitchen and somehow you ended up here. I know, Terry. And all I do is like programming and stuff here. It's not even the same kind of thing, Terry. You know, I understand if you have to go, but you know, if you do, you're never allowed back. This is one shot. You're either here forever or you don't get to come back. So just choose wisely, Terry. Nub on YouTube. Man, although YouTube's going crazy. Hello, everyone on YouTube. Thanks for being here. I know, Terry. I know. Yeah. I have to make sure I thank JB at some point here. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna go into my SiteGround and I'm getting the no, Nada, it's not. Okay. Domains. Oh, man, it has been a long time. So it's going to be Spirigen software, right, Travis? I don't know, .com. Let's do it. We're getting a domain. Why did I start a stream today for like 2 hours to buy a domain? Peak content right here. Are you not entertained? Metrarch on YouTube. Have you heard of Pure Data or Max MSP Cycling 74? Metrarch, no, I haven't. What are those? .com all the way. I know. I think just .com it. I don't need hosting yet. I don't really care about that. Have I tried Blow's language? No, I can't say I have, Super. I didn't know that he had his own language. Does Jonathan Blow have his own language? What is it? Guys, I'm old. At the ripe old age of 40, I can't keep up with you young ones, all right? With all you youngins and your crazy shenanigans and your weird euphemisms for your degeneracy, okay? I can't keep up with all of it. Yeah, Terry, can I sing and dance? That I can do. That I can do. You want to see? Your mom's a domain. La, la, la. There you go. Yeah, buying domain. Yeah, well. Young people. Is it Jai? Is that Jonathan Blow's language? Interesting. Okay. Please confirm you have read it. Yes, okay, I have. Here. So, like, is it supposed to be good? Honestly, I don't know anything about it. Like, I know about Jonathan Blow. I've seen some of his stuff. But I don't know anything about Jai language by Jay Blow. Interesting. Very interesting. Might have to check it out. Because, you know, despite what you might think about Jonathan Blow, even Jonathan Blow has good takes here and there. Okay, so there. Travis, Spirigen Software. Got it. We're starting new companies, baby. Travis says I haven't used it, so I couldn't tell you. Holding off on that for the same reason I'm holding off on Zig. Yeah. Nice. I love that you bought the domain. It's nothing but pedal to the metal, baby. Exactly what you said, Travis. I thought Spirit was like 24. Nope. Guys, they found me. No, I'm the ripe old age of 40. Ripe old age of 40. Yeah, Super, I know. She did, didn't she? Yeah. She's good that way, Super. If you're on YouTube, you can see the joke, but I'm just not going to repeat the joke because I'm a family-friendly stream, all right? All my streams are family-friendly and frothy. Don't mention VS Code then, yeah. Wait, why isn't this working? Oh no. No. I don't remember anything I've done at all. Oh man. Yeah, my tech. I bought the domain. I have it. I'm gonna make a thing out of it. Where the heck is my... Oh, is that right, Travis? I have to do sudo rmrf first? Oh, of course. Yes. Yeah. How silly of me. Now suddenly I don't miss chat anymore. You know, I went 2 weeks without chat, and I'm like, I miss talking to these guys. They're fun. You know, we have jokes. I make fun of them. They sometimes get a win and make fun of me, like barely, but sometimes. Like, and then, you know, we're what, 24 minutes into the stream, and I'm like, I'm kind of sick of you guys. I kind of want to go play video games now. I don't want to be here. Sudo rmrf me. Sudo rmrf your mom. Okay, why isn't this working? If I export to here, what's going on with the cops outside, man? I mean, I suppose you could. That's between you. Travis doesn't want to get involved, huh? Yeah, this ain't gonna work. Okay, well then I hope I have my NeoVim set up properly here. Because if I don't... Okay. Okay. It's my NeoVim's a little out of date, but that's fine. Alright, well I can use this for now. Hey Shadow, good to see you, man. They found out about all those real life GTAs you did while sick, yeah. Yeah. Shadow, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Let me see what I have. So where's my handling stuff? From Travis. That's component health, that's component movement. Oh, you know what? I have to do... Yeah. And now, if I go here... There we go. There we go. Look at that. I've got services. Let me open up services with a handle. And service classes, I can just generate whatever service class I want. Hang on, what's chat? Was Fuzz looking for 7.3? Yeah, nada. I'm feeling good right now. I'm learning more things about JavaScript. Good, Shadow. Good. You're going to be a JavaScript expert before you know it. And then you're going to realize why JavaScript experts have gray hair at the ripe old age of 23. I made my own compiler. I should. I actually should, but no, I haven't. So anyways, yeah, so we've got services that handle managing arrays of data, whatever kind of data. And then you pass in a handle into, let me see if I can find it down here. Yeah, here we go. You pass in a instantiated component, for example. So I have a service that deals with just the health components, one for movement components, etc., etc. You get the point. Every time I instantiate one, I add it to the service, and also add a increase the reference counter. And then on the entity components up here, I just have a handle, a service handle, and I just add to the array of handles. And so then I can just iterate the components in this particular entity to find the component that I want. Datman Dark, thank you for the follow just now. I appreciate it. That's really awesome. Make sure to say hi if you're here. So yeah, this is working great. So each entity could now technically have as many components as I want using this system. And not just that, but I can remove components and add components on the fly to any entity. So I don't know if I have it running. Let me see if I have my Okay, I do have it running. So if I pull up the website, And I'll show you what I'm going to do in the editor. If I go over here. So in the editor, what I'll do, if I went to the right place. Yeah, so in here, I'm going to have this entity manager. Now I'm going to like start working on that. And I'm going to be able to associate components onto the entities. So I can just literally just attach components that I want. So I'm going to have an entity list, probably in another window. And when you go to edit an entity, oh yeah, over here, I've already started working on that. I forgot I did that. So you'll pick one of these, it'll load up the entity data, and then we'll use the handler system with the services to attach or detach components. The nice thing is that I can do that in the editor, and then I can save whatever I do as like in the binary format as the final state. But I can also do it on the fly. So when I'm running like the multiplayer game or whatever, I can add logic that changes the associated components of any entity because now it's just a handle. You just instantiate however many components you want and attach a handle to it. The other thing that I know I was working on was the finite state machine. Where'd it go? Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so I'm going to attach. The last thing I remember debating was whether I was going to attach a finite state machine, like one FSM per entity. So all entities only have one FSM. And then depending on what type of entity they are, the finite state machine structure is built according to the states of that particular type of entity. But in my head, I'm thinking, what if I had a finite state machine to deal with different states, just like abstracting particular state, I don't know, flows, I suppose. And then I could like plug in different FSMs based on that. So if it's a particular type, you know, I can attach a particular type of FS. If it's a particular entity type, I can attach a particular FSM type or types. Yeah, I could have sub FSMs, not one to one. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking, is like an FSM that deals with like a specific aspect of, you know, I don't know, a game or something. And then, but that kind of led me down the road of, Shadow, is there no music? Are you not hearing any music? There should be. There should be. Yeah, you can hear now? Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, I guess it must have been a quiet part. It just suddenly jumped up, so. Yeah, okay. There you go. There you go, Shadow. There you go. Loading personality, thank you for the follow just now. I appreciate it. Make sure you say hi if you're around. If not, thank you for the follow anyways. Thank you for the flyby follow. Yeah, so sub FSM. So here's what I was thinking about with sub FSMs, right? So let's say that I wanted to, this is kind of where I left off before I had to go deal with life. And I left it for a week. That's why I had such a slow start coming back. But here's what I was thinking. Let's say that I have an attack FSM. So I have a component for attack, right? So let's go attack. Oh, you're coming from Matisse Tech. Hey, loading. Nice. Yeah, Matisse is awesome. Let's, yeah, Zach, I know it's tough. It's tough coming back after a week-long break. Okay, so thanks for being here, loading, by the way. I appreciate it, man. And also good to see you, Zach. Let me know how you're doing. I hope you're doing well. So I have an attack component, and it does it does the attack action. So if you give it an attacker and an attackee, it's going to, thanks my tech, have fun doing your taxes. My tech's on the YouTube side. My tech, have a good night, good day, whatever it is. Yeah. Ah, Zach, you're sick but decent. Man, I hope you get better. Get better soon. I'm still congested up here, so I sound weird. I apologize, but I hope you get over it soon, man. So the attack component does whatever it needs to do in order to determine who is attacking whom and what should happen as part of that attack, right? So that it's pretty straightforward. It doesn't really care. The assumption of the attack component is that you've already done all the other predetermined things to get you to the point where you're going to take the attack action. So it's just going to ensure, like, it's not even going to check. Well, it does do a directional check, doesn't it? It does. But it really shouldn't. It should. I should actually extract the directional check. It shouldn't check to see whether you're in range, I don't think. Anyway, now this is the part where it starts to get kind of muddy, because I think that the finite state machine should actually be attached to the component if we're going to sub FSM it. So you'd have a finite state machine that would deal with, I guess, the state of the attack. But that also kind of doesn't make sense in some contexts, and I'm wondering if I've just chosen a poor example. And that's kind of where I left it, was that level of complexity is like, it's not adding up to me. So I have to figure out how I would add in a finite state machine to a component. Like, health is super easy. You wouldn't need a finite state machine. But what you could have is the entities in a state where health doesn't have any effect on it, regardless of what the health component tries to do. So there are different interactions that could happen between the components and their state machines, entities and their state machines that are attached just to the entity, and so on. Health just won't change state at all. I mean, I don't see why you'd have a state machine for health unless you were going to do something like, let's say you did increment health, and so the event of the finite state machine over here, we'd create an event like these traffic light events, but the event would be increment health, and then the state would be incrementing health, and then the next state would be I guess health incremented with an event of some kind, and then that would be it. It would go back to like neutral, right? So I don't know, it feels like a lot of complexity for something really simple. Health changes could trigger states but shouldn't have states, right? That, and I think that's kind of like for health, that's kind of where I'm ending up on, is at least for health doesn't really need a state machine. Like, what would be the point? I don't really see the point. What's nice about the setup is if I decide later that health does need a state machine, it's actually pretty easy to add it in. But right out the gate, I don't see why I would put in an FSM here on health. On attack, possibly. I can't think of a specific scenario, but I could see some scenarios where you're in the process of attacking. So there's a state. So the event would be initiate attack. Your state would be attacking. Then the success of that attack, or not, for whatever reason, would put you into a subsequent state until eventually you end up back on neutral. Possibly. And so then in that case, there would have to be an FSM for the component. The question then is, how do you determine the state of an entity given many states of many components? I think the executor of the attack would have the FSM, not the attack itself. Yeah. Whether, but okay, but is an attack successful? Well, hang on. Yeah, okay. I could see. I'm trying to think of a specific scenario where an attack would need to have its own state because for some reason the complexity of the attack requires it. Right? Like what if an attack is an area of effect and the attack has to deal with executing an attack on multiple enemies and calculating the attack vector based on stats between the attacker and the attackees. That could be a multi-step process. That might require a state machine. Although the attack could too, like start fire, cannonball flying, attack hit. So it could be both the attacker and the attack. Okay, but cannonball flying is it's more of an animation, right? So what you would want to do is deal with that state independently in the animation cycle, cannonball flying. But your example actually isn't a poor example because now I'm thinking about it and that's actually a very good point, actually, Travis. So think about it this way, right? So, okay, let me see if I can explain this properly. So you come here, right? You're gonna play the game, okay? And then you come up to, I don't know, the Kraken or something, right? You hit a button and you initiate an attack. So you're gonna send a message to, let's say, the entity. And the entity receives the message, do an attack, and then the Kraken receives the message, being attacked. Something along those lines. So what you're going to do is change the attack component state to attacking. You're going to stop there. And the next state doesn't happen until the animation is played out on the JavaScript side. So the attack animation happens, right? And so underneath the component stays in that particular attacking state. Then the attack animation is done and JavaScript goes back to WebAssembly and says, all right, keep going. And then the attack component updates to the next state, which is ending attack. Hey, Justin on YouTube. Yeah, I know you too, man. I know you too. I feel like I know you too. I'm also thinking server lag. So like the attack might get stuck until server response says it landed. Which, Travis, you're right. The server could get stuck in the animation state. Is that a bad thing? Yeah, I suppose it would be, because what if your animation caused an error and you couldn't proceed? If only you could get past the animation error, you'd see that the game has continued. Yeah, and so you'd want to come back to an updated state. Maybe it recovers, but it's always something to consider. Travis, I've gone quiet because I'm thinking about that. I suppose if you were in the middle of an animation, your attack component is stuck in the attacking state. Your internet has cut out. You come back to the site. Hopefully you come back to the state that you left in. Your front-end rendering is going to attempt to see the state of the game. So here's what I think the worst case scenario would be. The last state of the game would include the component, the attack component, in the attacking state. So your rendering mechanism would just render the attack again. And so you'd have the cannonball flying. Then the animation finishes and everything carries on. Your best state, I think, is that the rendering engine doesn't even try to re-render. Like, it doesn't do a second render. It considers it the first render because how does it know any better, right? But it would simply move on, right? And so you'd come back to, let's continue the state. If it's a full disconnect, I would expect it to just pull current server. Right, I was merely talking about a large lag spike, which in multiplayer mode, okay, Travis, I think this is a solved. I think this is okay, Travis, because check it. In a multiplayer mode, we're going to be sending the game state, the entire game state, at semi-regular intervals, if not more often. I have an absolutely crazy idea to send game state every time. That is super minimal. It's insane. I'm not going to talk about it yet, but let's just say like semi-regular. So if you're away for a few seconds, when you come back, it should only take a few more seconds for you to receive an updated game state, and it will be forceful. So you're going to get your updated game state no matter how long you've been gone. So that's fine in multiplayer mode. In single player mode, the only disconnect, because it's not over the internet, right? It's local. It would be just your rendering is out of sync with the internal game state, which I think is fine because once the rendering engine, if the rendering engine becomes completely disconnected, at some point you're going to be connected again, right? And so your rendering engine should understand, once I connect and I see this game state, I have to do X, Y, Z. Yeah, I think it's going to be okay. I think either way, we got this. Hecker on YouTube. Good to see you, Hecker. I hope you're doing well. 150 FPS. Damn right. Damn right. So I think it's okay to have the states on components. I think what I personally am realizing by having you guys talk this out with me is that not every component needs a state. Attack might need a state, but you're going to have components that you're going to have some components that have states, and then you're going to have entities that have states. I'm pretty sure you can't get away from entities having states. I'm pretty sure. Haven't thought that one through. I could be wrong. Yeah, League. If I start lagging, I'm requesting a refund. You should, League. League, don't let me get away with no crap, alright, League? Okay? You don't let me get away with nothing. You hold me to a higher standard. And if I fail you, you call me out on it. And you absolutely skewer me on Twitter. Call the tech support line. It's probably Shreyas. Shreyas on the other line. I can say that because he's not here. Yeah, that's right, Zach. Yeah. Imagine League's tweets on that, right? I've been following this streamer for, however many months I've been streaming. He created this game. It plays really well online. I love it, but it's starting to lag. And now I hate him. We should all hate him. Hecker, what mouse are you using for the PC? It looks weird. What's on my camera? Hang on, Hecker. Oh, this one. Okay, so this guy here, it's trackball mouse. Okay, So it's a separate trackball mouse, the Logitech Ergo. But I also have a mouse on the keyboard. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's right here. It's also a trackball mouse, but it's really small. So I can just use my thumb. That's how a Mega Giga Chads work. Hacker. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking that Hacker says that's pretty cool. Zach says that's kind of cool. Yeah, keeping the hands on the keyboard, that's right. Now, what I like about this keyboard is that it has an additional thing. I don't know if you can see the lights clearly on the camera change, but there's a mouse button. You can even see, I can anyways, you can see the mouse text pop up here. It's in mouse mode. And it lights up the keys that are relevant to moving the mouse with the keyboard. So this is scroll up and down, as if I'm scrolling up and down on the actual mouse. And then you can go move the mouse like this. I don't know if it's clearly visible on screen, but hopefully you can see some of that. And then if I use the modifier, it goes like double fast. And then you can do left click, middle click, right click over here, SDF. So I haven't got used to that, but sometimes it comes in handy, honestly. That's weird. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, it's a little odd, but hecker, I just got a Logitech MX Master 3. Been animating a little Minecraft short. I like to do everything with a mouse only. Hecker, I mean, if you're going to do, I think there's a good use case for mice, and it's probably something to do with editing and animations. You want a good mouse. You probably want like a good like tablet based surface with like a pen and stuff. I don't like, this would be hell on earth if I had to do animating like this. That would be like, please no. You know, so yeah. Thanks, Travis. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Catch you in the morning since you're I'm not sure if I'm actually going to pull off a 24-hour. I'm not sure. I might call it in another hour and just go chill out. But thanks for being here, Travis. Have a good night. Yeah, Zach, that'd be fun to watch. Shadow, how about your hardware? Shadow, are you asking what hardware I have? Is that what you mean, Shadow? Yeah, Travis, I think I will. I don't think I'm going to pull a 24-hour. I got to work tomorrow, and I want to stream while I work, so I'm gonna chill out. Chill out tonight. One more hour of streaming, and I'll chill out. Yeah, so my hardware is, I've got laptops. I've got 3 laptops. I'm on my streaming laptop right now. And then I've got an MSI GP76 Leopard that I use for all my personal stuff. My streaming laptop is... Sounds good, Hacker. I'll look out for it. I'll look out for whatever you send me. What is my streaming laptop? It's an Asus ROG Strix G713RS. So it's got, I think it's got like, I don't know, like a 3090 or a 4080 and like 32 gigs of RAM and whatever hard drive it has. I can't even tell where the heck there it is. A 3080. Yeah, it's got a 3080, which works really well, honestly. And then I've got a work laptop for my contract stuff. That one is I don't even know. It doesn't even matter because it's just for work. It's just a beater one. It's an MSI as well. Up here in Canada, okay, we have maple syrup and we have MSI. So, yeah, I think it's pretty damn good. I agree, Shadow. It works really well for the stuff I use it for. In the Canadian tundra, yeah. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm just going to make a few notes here because we've talked to do? Add an FSM. And then probably add an entity FSM. There we go. Okay. In the Canadian tundra, where the moose graze and the syrup flows. Yeah, I don't even remember the song. Home, the rain, where the wind and the buffalo rain. Something like that. I can't, guys. I'm not a singer. I've never claimed to be one. Sorry. Just can't do it. But yes, the moose graze and the syrup do flow. The syrup do be flowing. Right? What a throwback, yeah. Justin needs more A, eh? How's that? How you doing, eh? Okay, I've got a whole bunch of my components and services and handlers. I have to add in some states to each one. I probably should pull out positional. Maybe like a can attack. Put these directional, positional things into a can attack function of some kind. Something like that. Oh, hacker, did you send it to me on Discord? Let me see. Whoa, hacker. That's cool. I remember you were talking about you wanted to get into doing some rigging. And I remember like one of the things that people like to do the least in 3D modeling work is the rigging. This is real. Do you mind if I show it on screen, Hacker? This is really cool. I want to show your stuff. Hacker's on YouTube, by the way, in case anybody. That's really awesome. That's a really good rigging job. Okay, let me put it up here. Check that out. This guy doesn't even, he's not even like, you know, pro. He's just like figuring this out on his own. That is really good. Good job, man. Yeah, look at that. I'm watching it over and over because I'm trying to get used to like I'm trying to see the details. That's really good, Hacker. Good job. I used to learn rigging so hard in high school. Is this in Maya? So Hacker, what did you do this in on the YouTube side? Hacker, let me know what you used. Danil on the Twitch side is asking. Yeah, this is very well done. I like it. I think you've got a talent there, Hacker. For like let's call it amateur, you know. For an amateur. Are they doing that for Roblox? I think Hacker said Minecraft. Cinema 4D, Danil. Cinema 4D. Hacker says rigging is fun. I actually put together a little team and we're working on a little animation. Hacker, this is great. Good job. I like it. I like it. Keep it up. Man, Hacker, I remember when you were first here and you're like, I don't know, you know, like, should I, maybe I should do some rigging, maybe not, I don't know. And then we've got this on screen and it's like, it's dope. Oh, AK. First of all, AK, thank you for the resub. 4 months. AK, thank you so much for that long-term commitment. I appreciate you, man. I hope you're doing well, AK. Jen! Holy crap! It's Jen! Jen, I have not seen you in forever! I'm still, like, stuffed up. I'm like, you know, I've got, like, lots of fluids running around my head. But I'm feeling good. I hope you're doing well, Jen. Let me know how you're doing, Jen. Holy crap, it's been a minute. AK says I'm here until the end times. Nice. Nice, AK. Look, AK, I really appreciate it, man. I know I've been out for a while. But, work emergencies, kid got sick, I'm sick. I'm not sick, actually. I'm very much over it. It's just, I keep saying I'm sick because I congested up here. You might be able to tell my voice, but... yeah, I feel bad because you guys are awesome to even want to show up and watch, let alone support. So yeah, thanks, AK. I appreciate it, man. I'm feeling good. I'm glad to be back. I probably won't do a long stream today, just so that the people who are jumping in right now know. I'll probably go for another hour. I'm just here to kind of catch up with everyone and chat and go over a few stupid little things. And then, but tomorrow I'm back to work. Tomorrow I will stream for a much longer day. So I'm going to get back on the bandwagon, start making videos again, all that good stuff. Yeah, things have been busy. Hoping to be around more, doing well overall. Good, Jen. I'm glad. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad to see you. I appreciate it. I miss you, Jen. I miss you. Everyone else, not so much, but Jen, I miss you. AK, I got a new tattoo today, being kind of lazy, just trying to let my body recover, so I understand. Yeah, AK, I hear you, man. And if you don't mind sharing, what kind of tattoo did you get? By the way, Hecker, one last time. Hecker, he's like an amateur rigger. He's like teaching himself how to rig in 3D. Did this in Cinema 4D. It looks great. So good job, Hecker. He's on the YouTube side. So yeah. This is awesome. Okay. I'm just going to make one last note here before I forget it. Where did it go? Here, so we instantiate it, yeah? Yes, this is the note. Remove these hard component, I don't know, injections. Man, everything sounds so filthy when I write it out. Hecker, thanks. I'll send you the final thing when we finish. Might take a couple months. Hecker, take your time. Have fun with it. If you put in, you know, the care and passion that you seem to have for it, it'll come out good whenever it comes out good. Whenever you're done with it, I meant to say. It'll come out good whenever you're done with it. So take your time, Hecker. I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with. Okay. I think I've extracted everything out of my head so that I don't forget. Yes. Cool. Okay. Awesome. Well, I don't know if you guys have seen some of the recent drama with some of the hang on, let me make sure I get the wording right here. Let me see. What would be a good way to word this? I'm just checking out the little thing. Yeah, let's say there's been some recent drama in the streaming world, the tech streaming world. But it's kind of made me appreciate a couple of things. One being that the videos that I'm going to be doing on like YouTube, on the YouTube side, essentially, are going to change. I won't be doing stuff like pulling up articles or videos that other people have done and reacting to them. I'll fight them if they're being mean. No one's being mean to me. No. It's stuff like, it's other things. And I don't need to talk about it. It's okay. The point is that that sort of stuff, I don't know if anybody's seen it, but that kind of thing that happened recently made me kind of like adjust my thinking on the kinds of content that I'm going to create. I think I have a good thing going here. So instead of, I'm going to kind of stick to what Travis is doing, which actually I should give Travis a shout out. So Travis and I think have kind of like a unique perspective in that we're sticking to stuff that like hopefully is, like educational, I suppose, maybe a little bit more academic instead of reacting to stuff. So, we have like a different energy. Travis and I have a different energy when you come on our streams. And I was trying to kind of like latch on to the reacting to content stuff on the YouTube video side, but I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do that. It kind of feels meh. Unless there's a really, really good one and I have like a really good take or something. But I think I'm just going to stick to doing what I do now. And then what I'm going to try and do is when we tackle problems, I'm going to take notes. I'm going to start taking notes of like, here is a problem. I'll set a marker on the video, on the live stream, and then I'll note down, here's the problem that I started to tackle. And then we'll go through it. We'll have our laughs, whatever. We'll try and solve a problem, or I'll do it myself, whatever it is. And then when I get to the end and I solve the problem, I'll mark the end of the video again, and that will become my video content. So hopefully what'll happen is, when you come to my YouTube channel, and I think Travis already does this to some degree, he has kind of like his own unique take on this. You go and watch Travis, or you're going to come and watch me deal with particular types of problems in a given language, in a given context and scenario, whatever that is. And I think that's way better than reacting to stuff that's already been made from articles and videos. It's just like, I think it just suits my style better. And I think it's good for the kind of people that I want to have watching me and participating in this with me, because the whole point of my streams is to like help other programmers to kind of see the stuff that I would like them to see, which is like, hey, we can do better. There's cool stuff you can do. There are tough challenges that we need to tackle. Here's how you might tackle some of them. Like it's kind of tailored more towards that. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing. That's kind of what I've decided. So I might be doing that on my next live stream tomorrow, marking off, taking some notes. Okay, here's the problem we're going to tackle. 30 minutes focus mode. Let's see if we can tackle this problem, and then, tackle it. Okay, let me catch up on chat here. NES4KU, thank you for the follow 2 minutes ago. I appreciate it. Make sure to say hi if you're here. If you're just doing a flyby follow, I still appreciate it. Sort of Zach, I saw you were going to focus more on educational kind of content. Yes. Yeah. Sounds like I missed some drama, says Jen. Is React content rights getting complicated? It's not really rights. It's there are more opinions as opposed to rights. So there's a lot of opinions floating around. Let's put it that way. Tech influencer always has been mad. Yeah, Danilia. AK, I kind of see, I do think reactions, of course there's an ad. I do think reactions sometimes can be hurtful to whomever made the original content. Not that you're a bully, but I've seen some people react just to bully someone's vid. Yeah, that sounds like a good strategy. I think that fits YouTube better as well. Thanks, Jen. Yeah, it would seem like it would be more genuine because I've known you for so long. Yeah, Zach. What does it mean to be a software architect? Okay, let me let the Twitch ads finish. Once the Twitch ads are finished, I'll answer some of the comments here. Here, let me get some liquids in me. Thanks, AK. I love it too. It's my favorite mug. Okay, ads are over. Yeah, AK, I did that once. I did bully someone's vid, but I actually think they deserved it. They were doing an HTMX vid and they were completely bad faith about HTMX. But I can absolutely see how doing React content can lead to you not doing justice to the original content, either positively or negatively, or maybe both. And I think I said that in my tweet, is that it doesn't do justice to the original content. So forget about that. The educational stuff, teaching people by showing them actual problems. I have real work that I'm paid to solve. You know, why didn't I do that, right? Did I either hit the damn ad button again by accident. And I have to wait for these to be over. NES 4K. What does it mean to be a software architect? Do you decide if you can go to Disney during the Miami trip? AK, some stuff has happened and I'm not sure I'm going to the Miami trip. But if I'm going to the Miami trip, I'm definitely going to Disney. And then I'm going to hit you up, AK. Yeah, Danielle, big mug. I feel like a big part of it is getting the permission from the person who made the original content, but I like this big brain YouTube plan. Yeah, so Zach, yeah, getting the permission of the original person is important. Okay, so NES has been patiently waiting. What does it mean to be a software architect? NES, before I answer your question, which I promise I will, let me ask you a question. Do you have a programming background? You don't even have to say what kind. Do you have a programming background or not? Font Dev, thank you for the follow just now. I appreciate it. Make sure you say hi if you're here. If not, thank you for the flyby follow. I mean, bullying in terms of the leafiest here, just actually bully people, not trying to say you're bullying. Just React content tends to lead to negative stuff. Hit me up, Uncle Joe can get you set up. I will, AK, I will. And yes, you're right about AK, or you're right about bullying, AK. And I can see how, and Zach too, to your point, I can see how you cannot do proper justice to the original content. You don't have the right permission. You end up bullying because it attracts the views, right? We know that, like, I don't think it's any surprise that drama content brings in viewership, right? It brings in interactions from the viewers. That's not what I'm about, man. Like, I'm not here to bring in the, like, it's, yes, the viewers are, this ultimately does end up being somewhat of a numbers game. You do have to try and be competitive and bring in viewers so that you can sustain your ability to continue streaming, right? You need that financial income, and that generally comes with more viewers. So, you know, this isn't communism where everything is free, all right? There's a little bit of like, yes, you have to. But I don't want it to be just about that. I want to bring people in here through using the right mechanism, even if it takes longer, much longer. Okay, so NES. What does it mean to be a software architect? From my experience, and so this is simply an opinion, there's two different things to what. Hang on, I want to get the right wording for you, NES. Okay, there's two different ways to look at to define what being a software architect is. One, unfortunately, comes down to who is doing the definition. A software architect, if you look across different job postings for the same title, software architect, if you look at their responsibilities, it varies. It can vary a lot between job postings. So what does it mean to be a software architect? Sometimes depends on who you're asking. But from my experience, broadly speaking, a software architect wrangles, I'm going to use the word wrangling, right? They generally have to target different moving parts of an entire system, usually 2 or more, and bring them together using some kind of general software principles. So you can imagine that somebody who has to, say, take an existing system that has a login, so user accounts log in, and then they have to go take a separate system that takes payments and put them together. You have to pay to log in, right? So that would be a form of software architecture where just kind of like you're architecting a building with multiple facets. You're doing that with software. So hopefully that kind of gives you a overall general broad principle of what it might mean to be a software architect. That's what I've experienced anyways. Oh, Grey Hatter is raiding. Grey Hatter, welcome in with a party of 6. Thank you for the raid. Yeah, NES, if you have any more questions, please feel free to ask. And in case you're interested, I do have a Discord channel you can jump on. Grey Hatter, welcome in. Grey Hatter, let me know how you're doing. Raiders, let me know how you're doing. It's nice to see everyone. I hope you had a good stream. I know I missed some chat. I promise I'll catch up. I promise. Just give me 1 minute here. There we go. There's my Discord. So NES, if you want to ask any more questions since you're a student, please feel free. We're happy to help you. Yeah. There's our Discord. We've come to troll you. Well, that's great. You're one of us. Great. Welcome in. If you have come here to troll me, you have come to the right place. This chat is nothing if it's not to troll me. What are the colors? It's literally just grayscaled. Black, white, and grayscale. Moy. And I can't do. You guys don't understand. We had a very long discussion on my last stream, which was a while ago, about colors. And I have been using color schemes for a long time, trying to get used to them. This is just me. Something about my brain cannot deal with colors. So like here, I'll show you what I mean. So right now in this grayscale black and white mode, I can read everything and focus in on the aspects that I want to focus in on. Everything looks great. I have no problem separating or differentiating them in this mode as you see it on the screen right now. And I have tried for about 3 to 4 years to use a color scheme because I can absolutely 100% absolutely understand why most people really enjoy using color schemes, because they make certain things pop. And I get it. I do get it. But when I do it, I don't know, let's say, okay, when I do this, hey, Chronix, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well, Chronix. When I do this, right, when I use any color scheme, what happens is that my brain literally just ignores anything but the colors that pop out the most. That's what happens. So I want to look for the components, but even I'm talking about it, right? It is I'm very consciously aware of what's going on in my brain right now because I am explaining it to you all right this second. And even as I do that, when I look at the code and I want to try and find component health, it's almost blocked in my brain. Like I almost can't tell that it's there. Instead, my eyes just immediately, without me thinking about it, jump to the orange because that is the next closest thing that pops out from the color. So I can't do it. So I've had to give up on it and go back to grayscale. I'm using white background, can't judge, yeah. Jen, I've never tried grayscale, but I might give it a try. I wouldn't like all the text being the same color, but this still has that pop of highlighting. Yeah, so there's just enough here that it's not distracting, right? So like right here, the tag name, it stands out, but it doesn't literally grab my brain and drag it over, right? It's just enough that I can read the whole code right now, and I know exactly where everything is, and I'm not distracted by anything. It's just the way my brain works. It's just me. You're the kind of guy that had one black pen in school. Moy, I literally did. I literally did. I missed a bunch of chat. Let me go back. Danil, it seems like the justice is based on follower subscribers count. Danil, what do you mean by the justice? Sorry, Danil, I completely missed that chat because a lot went on. Zach, it's like that whole, it's not just about winning, it's about how you win kind of thing. Yeah, Zach, exactly. So yeah, exactly right. Ideally, like, you know, like anybody, no one's gonna deny that having lots of viewers, hundreds and hundreds, thousands and thousands, would be great. But I'm not willing to accept what I would have to do to get to that point. If I look at what if I look at what most other people have had to do to get there, I don't want to play that game. So if that means that I have to, like, you know, if it sucks for me, then it sucks for me. I'd rather create things and do streams like this where I'm offering something that's still somewhat entertaining, I hope. But also once in a while, everybody learns something, including myself. Moy, thank you for the follow just now. That's really kind of you, man. I appreciate it. I think I'm caught up with chat. Okay. So for everybody from the Grey Hatter side, just so you guys know what I'm doing, I'm building a game. The entire stream started with me building a single player game, and it's based on an old Super Nintendo game called Uncharted Waters and New Horizons from the SNES days, where you build a fleet of ships and travel around the world, and you can like be a pirate or map the world or whatever. There's a world economy system. Each port has their own little economy. You have to handle each ship individually, hire captains that have their own stats, put them in each ship, manage the crew. It's an extremely complicated game for Super Nintendo. Anyways, so that's the point. I'm basing it on that. And the premise of my stream is that we've become lazy in the tech industry. Just generally, I'm not pointing fingers at anyone, although sometimes I am lazy, to be fair. And the stuff that the kind of games and software that we built back in like the 80s and 90s is not the same as what we have today. I would call today the opposite of whatever the golden age of technology is. We've become way too accepted. It's become way too accepted when you see a video game that's like, you know, hundreds of gigabytes, eats up all your RAM and all your GPU. And when people are building it, it's like, who cares? You know, the decision makers are like, who cares? People have the bandwidth to download all this stuff, the money to buy the good hardware, all of that stuff, right? And I'm trying to like hearken developers back to what it was like when people were building incredible software with very limited resources. I think that we vastly underutilize our software and hardware capabilities by magnitudes of order. And if we were able to realize that, generally speaking, and do way better than we currently are doing, the entire industry might be look like completely different. And I'm trying to prove it. So I'm literally creating this game, and I'm doing it in a very complicated and awkward way when I describe it. I'm rendering it using just regular HTML with div elements. Because for ages, we've been told that the DOM is slow. And I disagree with that. I think it's just that the DOM is poorly used. So this is running purely on DOM with just div elements and some CSS animations, which is just lightly sprinkled on top. JavaScript handles managing all the elements to be positioned in the right place based on the screen size. Then I'm using Zig, and I'm compiling this to WebAssembly. And the WebAssembly runs the game state. So the WebAssembly is just a number cruncher. So JavaScript sends inputs to the WebAssembly like keyboard pushed, gamepad button pushed, whatever. And the WebAssembly will go, okay, so I have to move an entity from X position to Y position. It figures that out, and it sends it back up to the rendering engine, which means that you can change the rendering mechanism. So if I wanted to take this WebAssembly file, and instead of rendering it on the browser with JavaScript, if I wanted to render it using OpenGL or Vulkan or use Qt or render it on one of my Raspberry Pis, I take the exact same WebAssembly, so I get a consistent game state, and I just plug in a renderer in front of it. And as long as I know my inputs and outputs, I can render whatever I want. So the whole point is that what I'm trying to do is prove on stream that we can do so much more with the software and hardware than we're currently doing. And the kinds of games that we can create, or the kinds of things that we can create, given what we have, we don't even fully realize what we have at our fingertips. So I'm trying to prove that on stream. If it so happens that I fail in this purpose on stream, so be it. If I succeed, then we all learn something and I get to prove my point, which is that we should be doing better and that it's worth it. And so far, let me tell you, building this game has been worth it. Because it started out as a single player, and then what it's become is a multiplayer with WebSockets. And so what I have is a single player editor. And while people can go on to, I think it's, spiridon.games/game, and you log in with your Twitch account. And I don't think I have the master server running. I guess I could. Yeah. So you can play this like as a multiplayer, and as I make changes in editor mode here, they reflect over to all the multiplayers. I'm way behind on chat. I promise I'll catch up, but I'm just trying to explain what I'm trying to do. So it's a single player game where the game state is sent over to all the players in the multiplayer, because they all run the same WebAssembly file, which means you're all running the same game state manager as me and the same rendering mechanism, which means anytime I make an editor change here, I can send it over to all the people playing in multiplayer mode. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I probably don't have the server running, so you might join and nothing might happen, but it's I think it's this, yeah. Spiridon.games/game. Okay, let me catch up on chat. Yeah, fecal age. The opinion about tech topics by reacting to an article. I see, Danil. Yeah. So Danil, yeah, I see your point, and I think you have a point there. Yeah. Agreed. So right, all the games are so similar. Love this channel. Thanks, Moy. Look at what was done. Chronix says, look at what was done with the N64. Super Mario 64 ran on 4 megs of RAM and a 93 megahertz processor, and the whole game was under 8 megs on the cartridge. Chronix, exactly. Exactly. I always thought the big files are mostly game assets. Is it not actually correct? Usually, yes, Danil. Usually, it's the game assets. I would argue that even game asset management is poorly handled. And I have some ideas for game asset management for my system that I haven't gone into yet because I'm not prepared to. Like, I'm just not at that point. But I don't think we're thinking hard enough about the way that we're dealing with our video games, including game assets. Now, having said that, there are some times where the game assets might be big for a good reason, but other things are bloated around it. So you have additional software and additional functionality that comes with bloated software code to run that, where it's kind of like people just put it together and didn't care about the consequences of it. There you go. So the Raggy, it varies, but mostly yes for AAA titles, but they're often lazy about that too. There you go. So before I even read his comment, we agree. Gigantic texture files, yeah. So no, my WASM does not paint pixels. I did have it, so it was painting pixels. I had it in a previous version. But then what I decided was that I wanted to start by separating the rendering of the assets away from the game state manager. I want the WebAssembly to be more or less a number cruncher. I don't want it to be dealing with a canvas on the browser. I don't want it to be dealing with, if it was 3D, I wouldn't want it to be dealing with shaders or anything like that. I want to separate the rendering component from the game state component. That way you can apply any kind of rendering you want. What's nice about that is if you wanted to say, take this over and then put in like an asset mod, like you wanted to change, like, I don't know, the way that the entities are colored for some reason. The rendering engine is not dependent on having to recompile the entire game. To do that, you just change the rendering engine and you can do like a modified version of the game where your asset mod is just immediately applied, right? So yeah, custom texture packs, that's right. Now, down the road, I might reintegrate, but I think there's a way to have our cake and eat it too. Sprite packs, yeah. I think what he's trying to do is that we can as much play some really efficient games without the overload of all the assets and the size. That's right, Moy. We can play games that are not just... Okay, so here's the other thing that I think's happened with video games in general. We've maximized the usage of everything we have available to us so much that games hit this point where they're like at peak creativity, where when you've used up all the RAM and all the GPU and all the bandwidth and all the CPU because you've become lazy about how you build a game, and then every game just basically copies that process. And it's just the continuous usage of load a game, max usage, load a game, max usage. It limits your ability to create a game that has new and more creative aspects to the actual gameplay. Because you're focused more on like, can we at least just compete with what everyone else is doing? And the rest of the competition is doing the same lazy stuff and maxing everything out. So this is why it's kind of a hard sell, but I think if you could get people to understand that there's a long-term play where you pay a price up front for taking longer to do something, but your long-term return on investment on that is that you're going to outcompete what anybody else can do because you're doing everything that they're doing better by default. which frees up room for you to do a whole bunch of other stuff. But it takes a while for you to get there. And if you're willing to make that trade-off, your long-term return is going to be way better than anybody else's. I hope I explained that somewhat correctly, but that's kind of the general idea. And I don't think that a lot of people realize that. Not everyone. Obviously, there are lots of smart people who I think generally do tend to agree with me. I think more people than even I knew before I started streaming. I thought like me and 10 other people in the world thought this way. And it's turned out that there's like actually several hundred at least, which is good. It gives me faith, but I don't think there's enough. We need more people to understand that what we're doing, generally speaking, is very, let's say, poor. I'm trying to be nice about it. It's poor. And you can kind of see the impacts of that. And it's not just video games. I want you to think for a minute what it means if video games, which have billions, maybe even hundreds of billions of dollars per year dumped into them, broadly speaking, if these things are maxing out and becoming more and more the same, they're not really pushing the boundaries on creativity, they're not really giving you a good bang for your buck, they're just getting more expensive and for what, so on and so on and so on and so on. Think about what that means for software beyond video games. What other software do we have that is being vastly underutilized? Or hardware, because I think hardware suffers from this. Literally, the hardware manufacturing. What kind of hardware and software, now you put those things together, what kinds of things are we vastly underutilizing? I'm going to say that word a billion times, but what could we be doing better, and what would the world look like if it was massively better? It blows my mind, the things that we have access to and we just kind of waste, but a video game on stream is like a good way to demonstrate it, because video games have a lot of crossover in terms of problem solving problems that you would encounter in other software disciplines. So anyway, that was a really long spiel for all the Grey Hatter Raiders. Can't listen, my headset's not working. You're missing, yeah, Tack. Yeah, I'll start it all over, Tack. Listen, go on my YouTube, and you can literally just go backwards and just 2 times speed until you catch up on YouTube, Tack. By the way, how are you doing, Tack? It's good to see you. Don't outsmart me, Tack. You make it so easy, Tack. I mean, don't outsmart me. It's like ask me not to breathe. Every breath I take, outsmart Tack. It's just so damn easy. He doesn't like it, but it's too tough. I think my new streaming content is going to be me singing. Come on, right? That's going to bring in the viewers. What a gem. I'm way better now. Your voice is better now for real. Thanks, Tack. Yeah, it's almost 100%. I still feel it. I'm still congested. But other than that, I'm back, man. I'm back. But man, that took me out. Then I had a bunch of work emergencies. We promised ourselves on the contract job, on the Laravel HTMX job I have. We promised ourselves like 2 months ago, 1.5 months ago, we would never deploy on a Friday ever again. And guess what we did 2 Fridays ago? And then it was like 3 or 4 days of like just 12 to 16 hours of work emergencies. Appreciate the spiel. Keen to see a future native renderer in that context. Yeah, Raggy. Yeah. That's where I'm headed. It's in the browser right now because it's something I know best. And I think the browser gets a bad reputation in some ways. most ways it's deserved. But in some ways it gets a bad reputation, and I think that we can do more on our browsers than we think we can. So since I know it really well, and there are certain elements that I think play well to what I'm doing, that's what I'm doing with, you know, it helps. But I want to do like, I don't know, I want to maybe some Vulkan down the road. I don't know. Like I want to do something that is native rendering for sure. Real HTMX job. That's right, Tack. Love those war rooms where you're the only warrior. It definitely felt that way, man. Yeah, Tack. It was rough going there for several days. Yeah, people point fingers at the wrong things in the browsers, but there's definitely inescapable overhead there. Agreed. 100% agreed, Raggy. I think you nailed it. Nailed it. There's stuff in the browser that's just outright. What the heck are you doing? It's stupid. But there's stuff it can do that's like really, really good. HTML did not save you. Still difficult like React. Listen, Danil. Okay, first of all, the word React is banned. I should get my auto mod to ban that word. If you type in the word React or any of its permutations, auto ban. It's been a long time since I've used React. Honestly, I've managed to escape a lot of React work. I don't know how, but I have, and I'm grateful for it because holy crap. I might not be talking to you guys. If I had to do more React work, I might be talking to a therapist right now. Vapor Saturn Rare, thank you for the follow just now. Make sure you say hi if you're here. If you're doing a flyby follow, thank you anyways. Yeah, Zach, it's a rough life. Okay, hang on, guys, hang on. Okay. Okay. So, I think my plan for tomorrow, I've set aside this portion of the world. Does the camera work? I can't remember. Yeah, the camera still works. That's good. So okay, I remember what I did now. It's been like a week and a half or a week or something since I looked at the code. So tomorrow, along with doing my regular stuff, my Laravel HTMX job, I have to use up the space on this right-hand side and build out some UI that hopefully looks somewhat nicer than this. Or maybe it doesn't have to, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. But I need to essentially deal with this entity manager. Like I have to plug in actual functionality and with the entities list. So there's going to be a little bit of light Zig work because in Zig, I have to do things like fully integrate the entity component system and the state machine. And then on the UI side, I have a lot to do because I have to integrate what's there on the WebAssembly, like on the Zig WebAssembly side. For example, listing out the components that are available, generating a new one, setting its default values, then associating it to an entity. Maybe I even want to do an editor for states where I want to create my own states and attach them to specific things so that I don't have to have states hard-coded into the game state manager side. I can just create states as I please on the editor side. Then I could compile states as a binary file, kind of like what I do with entities right now anyways. And then I would just load a state. Oh man, that would be tough. That's a tough undertaking. but that would be super flexible. And then I don't have to write states hard-coded in the code. I can make them more dynamic. That's crazy even for me, but maybe that's what I ought to do. I mean, yeah, it basically is a game engine. It's already halfway there. It's already halfway there. The editor is essentially my game engine. Like the entities are pretty much customizable at this point. I don't really have anything in the entities that is hard-coded into WebAssembly. The Zig WebAssembly stuff abstracts a bunch of data that I extract out of the editor. I mean, that's pretty much a game engine. Foo Force, good to see you. How are you doing? I am back. How are you doing, Foo Force? Man, that's a lot of UI and editor work, but I think it's what I want to do tomorrow. I think it's what I got to do. And you know what? Actually, I kind of like this because this is actually a good place to implement what I was talking about before, where I'm going to start creating content where I write out problems, set a marker on my live stream, set a particular time period to try and finish the problem, turn that into a piece of content for the YouTube side. And then then I just start building up a huge repertoire of educational content where it's like, watch me and chat deal with a complex problem building out this game. And there's a lot of problems that we still have to tackle. So I kind of like that, because then I can do something like, how would I create dynamic state management systems using the UI and the editor, right? And I can break that down into smaller problems and tackle them one by one. And if we can actually accomplish that on here, that would actually be a huge win for us. That'd be crazy. Doing all right, lazy day today. I'll make up for it tomorrow. Yeah, Foo. You know, Foo, I feel like you always say that, Foo. I feel like you're in lazy debt. What's that debt counter looking like for you, Foo? Yeah, okay, I like that. I'm going to break things down into smaller problems. We're going to create like some educational content out of that. We'll learn something out of it. That'll be great. Huh. I do, but how dare you? You know me, Foo. You know me. That's how I roll. Okay, now. If I'm gonna do that, then I think what I need to do is just make a quick note. And where would I make this note? I guess it would be Web Scripts Editor. Let me put it up here. Create UI for State Management System, FSM. Finish UI for entities. Yeah, Foo Force, anytime, man. Anytime. That's what I'm here for. I should finish the UI for entities. And my last question. Do I need a UI for components? Like to create components? And I think the answer is no. Unless I'm going to start putting in... Oh, that'd be crazy. Unless I start creating components by literally doing something like click a button, create a new component, and then write a script for that component. I would have to write, I would have to have a script editor in the editor UI. Then I would have to extract that script. Then I would have to save it to Zig. Then I would have to recompile the game engine. Oh, is that too crazy? Am I crazy? Yeah, Jen, easy peasy. But then I would have to, oh no, I can't, if I'm going to have a script editor, what I can't do, no, I guess I could. I was thinking I can't write the script in Zig, because what if the person using the editor doesn't know Zig? But I suppose for now I know what I'm doing, so it could be a starting point where I literally create a new component, I give it a name, and then I write the script for it. Then I save it to a binary file, and that's the script that runs when the component is called. Down the road, I can change it and make it so that I have a, it's like a, what the heck do you call those things where it's at the tip of my tongue because I know what they're called, but my brain's not thinking. It translates from one language to another. And so it's kind of like a plugin where like you write it in one language and it transpiles. Thank you. Transpiles from one language to another. I could do something like that, or I could just write a simple language that just does simple things for simple scripting of this stuff. That's what I could do down the road. The script is in WAT format? No, there's nothing that's in WAT format. It's WebAssembly. It's all WebAssembly for when it's compiled, Danil, if that makes sense. Right here. So I take the Zig code and I compile it to WebAssembly. Then I load it on the browser. I think WAT is a different type of format, and I'm not using WAT. I could be wrong about that. SAML. Yeah, let's go SAML. Let's do SAML. I mean, we could. It would be something like this. If you're thinking of a transpile process or simple scripting language, is it worth using something established like Lua? Jen, I was thinking that. I'm wondering if Lua is the best bet. I was thinking that in my brain. My brain hadn't got that far. But the first thing that popped in my head was like, well, everyone's kind of using Lua right now, so why not? I mean, WAT is WebAssembly text format. Oh, wait. No, wait. I thought... Okay. Okay, so... I see. Okay, so WebAssembly is technically WAT. But you know what threw me off, Danil? You're absolutely right. So I was wrong about that. You're right. So technically WebAssembly would be WAT format. What threw me off in my head was, oh, a WAT format is actually something different. And the only reason why I thought that was because .wat versus .wasm. That's it. So, but you're right, Danil. So, my bad. I meant Spear's obvious minimal language. Yeah, thanks, Tack. Thanks for the what would you call it? That title. I appreciate it. Hey, Two Step. Good to see you too, man. What's happening today? Not much. I'm just catching up. Just because I'm back. My voice is mostly back. My head is somewhat uncongested, still congested. So I thought I'd come back for a couple hours and catch up with everyone and talk about what I'm going to be doing and, you know, jump back on the horse. So, yeah. How are you doing, Two Step? It's also a giant rubber duck format, really? Is it really? What? What? Got him. Two Step, good, thanks. Hope you're feeling better. I'm glad you're doing well, Two Step. It's really nice to see you. Yeah, you guys got me. What can I say? I mean, I kind of also did purposefully open that door because it's fun. You've seen the Gary Bernhardt Wat Talk, right? I feel like I have. Is it the one that was done a long time ago where he talks about the future? Yeah, from 2012. I've seen it, yeah. Basically, I think before I look into it, if I remember this correctly, he basically like prophesied where WebAssembly would be today. And guys, actually, I have something exciting to talk about tomorrow. I have someone coming on. His name is Steve. Let me make sure I get the right account here before I show some account I'm not supposed to. Okay, there we go. So let me pull it up. I go here, and then I pull up. There we go. Okay, so Steve is coming on tomorrow at some point, and we're going to talk about... Oh, he reposted? Thanks, Steve. I appreciate it, man. We're going to talk about this thing called extism. And what this thing does is it basically is WASM on steroids, if I had to say anything. And I've been talking with him behind the scenes. I looked at his stuff. I think WebAssembly and languages like Zig and Elixir are going to be the future of where technology is going to go if I have it my way and the tech industry kind of like picks up the slack and does better. I think if more people see that we can do better, WebAssembly and things like WebAssembly, but in specific, I think WebAssembly is probably king of the hill right now. And languages like Elixir and Zig are going to become way bigger. And Go, I think, is pretty underrated. And that includes front end and back end. But they've got this, where is it? Calypso. Is it here? No, where on earth is their website? Adapters. Yeah, here we go. So literally you're going to take any WebAssembly code that you've generated and you can plug it into any one of these languages, including Elixir, which I've kind of already done, but we're going to talk about tomorrow the way that I did it and the way that they're doing it. And we're going to see the pros and cons of doing it this way. Because I think what they've got here is leaps and bounds better than what anybody else is using WebAssembly, myself included, WebAssembly for. I want to bring some attention to them because this is crazy cool stuff that they've got here. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. I'm going to have him on for an hour and we're going to make a thing of it. It's going to be really cool. I'm really excited about this because the stuff that I've done with WebAssembly for the video game has been really cool. If only the tech industry were Burger King and you could have a your way. If only. If only. Anyway, so that's going to happen tomorrow. At some point, probably in the afternoon, my time. And yeah, that'll be fun. Okay. It's been 2 hours. My voice is getting rough. So I'm going to go chill out. I actually have to legitimately cough. Hang on. Okay, so I'm gonna go chill out for the rest of the night. It's been fun to be back. I'm gonna be back tomorrow. When exactly tomorrow, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm coming back tomorrow, like for sure. And I'll try and do a much longer stream so I can catch more of you. Make sure I say hi to a lot of you. I miss a bunch of you, and I know some of you can't be on until later on in my day or earlier in my day. So I'll try and do a very long stream and kind of catch the gamut of everybody. But yeah, it was nice to see everybody. Thanks for being here. Make sure you reach out to me on Discord or whatever if you want to talk to me. But otherwise, have a good rest of your day or night or whatever you're gonna have. And yeah, thank you for the warm welcome back, Foo Force and everyone else. I appreciate it. My voice is definitely dying, so I think I called it at exactly the right time. It's like I can't talk as powerfully unless I go really deep, which is stupid. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna go. That's my cue. I should go and rest up. I'll see you all tomorrow. You guys are all awesome. Thank you. Have a great night. Have a great day, whatever it is. I appreciate all of you. You guys are great. I will talk to you soon. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. And yeah, that's it for me. Peace out. Let me find someone to raid real quick. Hang on, let me go over here and do. Wow, there are not a lot of people on right now, are there? Who should I raid? Theo's still going. I will look for someone who is like. What I try and do is pick people who don't have a lot of viewers, see if they're doing something that might be cool, and give them a shot, right? Let's see. There's a dev there. Okay, so there's a game stream. There's a Python for coding games. There's a fish game. Solo deving a game as an artist. We probably want to see more code, right? So see if I can find someone who's coding. For TryJam, making a game for TryJam. 1-bit game jam. Okay, so that's an option. And then who else do we have? Matisse is on. Sorry guys, I'm just looking at another screen here. Adam's on? Adam's on. Okay, we're gonna raid Adam. Let's raid Adam. 1-bit is even more hardcore than your hard mode. I know, 1-bit is insane. But let's give a raid to Adam, because it's been a while. And I keep meaning to do it, and I keep forgetting. Okay, make sure you say hi to Adam. And again, have a great night, day, whatever it is. Thanks for being here, everyone. Peace out. Did it? Am I not? No, here we go. Cool. Cool, cool. Okay. On my stream. Everybody else not on the Twitch side, thanks for being here. I'm going to end the stream.